Hi, and welcome to Clanet's Let's Talk Learning online webinar. During this webinar, we'll explain what we mean by learning design and what it consists of. More precisely, we'll go through the short overview of what is learning design, how to start creating an online course that is of pedagogical quality, and how to activate your learners. Good material is not enough. You gotta inspire and activate your learners. Learning design term is used about designing, developing, and creating different educational content such as course, materials, and assignments with an aim to acknowledge learners' needs and help learners reach maximal learning results and great learning experience. In learning design, we utilize theories and practices of pedagogy, service design, and behavioral sciences with the purpose to truly understand how people learn and become motivated, as well as how to provide learners the sought-after value during their learning journey. So how to get started? Before jumping on to creating actual content or learning activities and assignments, take a moment to evaluate your course characteristics and your learners. First, start by identifying the type of your course. Where in the matrix would you place your course? Is your course fully online? Can anyone sign into your course at any time and go through content at individual pace, or do you want your learners to learn synchronously, proceeding at the same time? Usually, if you have smaller groups from tens to a couple hundreds of learners, you might want to organize synchronous courses. In these cases, you probably want to provide more personal and real-time live support to your learners. If you're okay with having thousands of learners coming and going as they wish, your course is asynchronous. Which one do you think would serve your learners better? What are the learning objectives, and do they match the way of teaching or training you're providing? What are learners' learning objectives? How do they prefer to study? It is important to know your pool of learners and their drivers and motivators. What is the timeline of your course or training? When you have a clear understanding of your course outline and your learners, their needs, preferences, you can move on to evaluating existing materials and designing new ones. If you've conducted live trainings before, then what kind of supportive materials such as PowerPoints or videos you've used? Do you have great anecdotes and assignments, or do you tend to include to your course or training? Have you already created evaluation criteria? Identify the main topics of your course and the materials and slides, videos, stories, assignments, and so forth that support those particular topics. These topics will create your course structure and the online environment. You probably need to create some new materials as well, such as welcoming a message to learners, explaining how to proceed in the course and course environment, what kind of behavior you expect from participants, and so forth. Should you add voiceovers to your slides to explain them better, or maybe subtitles? Do you want to create a video that visualizes your message better? Perhaps. What tools or partners do you need to refine and create materials? What is your budget? Write a script for your course as well as for your video or audio materials. As said, good materials are not enough. So think about your course plot. Here is a basic model of a good online course. You start out with activating and inspiring your learners, after which you can move on to framing the issue and topic at hand. You provide deeper insights and information about the topic, and then help learners to apply the knowledge just gained and perhaps construct knowledge together socially. Remember to evaluate. You can have more than one material in each phase, depending on the need and the width of the topic. You don't always have to evaluate only at the end. You can also test learners at the beginning, for example, to know what they already know and help them become aware of what they already know. You also need to know how to motivate your learners continuously and set smart objectives. By getting to know your learners and even through open discussion, find out what is motivating to your learners. What kind of expectations they have towards your course or training. What do they want to be able to do after joining your course? What kind of rewards they can expect after studying your content, doing the exercises along the way, and passing the course successfully. Learning motivation often seems to drop after the start. So designing interventions, hooks, incentives, surprising elements, and social activities that pull your learners back to your course and raise motivation. To enforce engagement, you should include and build hooks to your course. Hooks are short quizzes, bold statements, interesting pieces of information, social assignments, or gamified materials that draw your learners' attention towards your course and the topic to be discussed. Good hooks arouse emotions as well. Good learning activities are designed so that they support the objectives of each course module and the course as a whole. They also enable social interaction and are based on the materials under discussion. Make learners apply and construct existing knowledge, preferably in interaction with each other. Pay attention to creating and maintaining safe learning environment. This helps to boost social interaction during your course, which is one of the main things to keep your learners motivated and prevent dropout. Now, let's take a bit closer look into how social interaction can be enforced and how it can be done on Clanet Learning Platform. What is the first impression your learners get about your course when they sign in? You want your platform to be easy to use, and most learners seem to appreciate modern looks of the platform. Use visual elements on your platform and courses. Welcome your learners and preferably show them your face to make you seem more approachable. Explain objectives and expectations clearly, as well as where to get support. Smile. Be encouraging in your written and video instructions. Take down potential barriers. When you've gotten to know your learners well, you know if they need additional help with technical devices, navigating in the internet and online environments, or if you should perhaps focus more on what type of materials to have on your course. For example, if your learners typically learn during walks or commuting to work, you might prefer podcasts and videos as content type. Give your learners easy tasks at the beginning of your course, during which they get to practice using different tools of the online environment. For example, you might want to include an assignment that allows everyone to introduce themselves and share their individual objectives and expectations to others by using the available commenting tools of the platform. This assignment helps to create a safe working and learning environment when learners get to know each other a little bit. It makes sure that when learners need to start discussing about real matters during the course, they don't have to be puzzled about how to use the commenting tools anymore, but can fully focus on knowledge construction and sharing knowledge and ideas. It also helps you to see if someone has trouble using the platform, what objectives the learners have, and do they match your objectives? Do you need to do quick refinements to your materials and so forth? Simulate the wanted discussion and actions. Pose questions and tune your assignments and materials according to the skill levels and knowledge of your learners. Comment your learners' comments and react to their initiatives. Remind about the schedule and timeline. Suggest tools and methods that can be used to support learning. Compliment, give feedback, and remind learners to take breaks, care about their nutrition and well-being, reflect and connect what's been learned to real life to make learning meaningful. Help your learners to see the benefits of their efforts during your course. And design your materials and assignments so that they awake discussion. Participating learners in dialogue make them think about the topic at hand rather than just consume your content blindlessly. Encourage learners to ask questions, comment, interact, take initiative, and ask for advice. Also, remember to collect feedback for future iterations and to get to know your learners even better to design more appropriate materials and assignments. From Clanet platform and together with Clanet data analysts, you can gain insights into what kind of return on investment trainings bring to you and to your learners, how you can refine and grow your business through online trainings, and what are the relevant data points you should take into consideration alongside data collected from the learning platform itself. To summarize this webinar, learning design covers 3 aspects of online course design: the structure of the course, the content of the course, and the facilitation of the course. You should identify your course details, create and refine materials, prepare a pedagogical script and learning activities, design online facilitation, and collect feedback. Okay, so if you want to get started on your online course or training right away, proceed as follows. Identify your course details, the learners, the timeline, objectives, relevant stakeholders. Decide, is it going to be synchronous or asynchronous? Course script and materials. Identify the course structure. Identify your existing materials and the missing materials and the needs for refinement. Divide the materials to short and manageable pieces and create necessary new materials. Create learning activities that support learning and enable social interaction around the materials, and also activities that support the objectives of your course. Create inspiring, engaging, activating hooks and interventions to the beginning of the course itself, to the beginning of each module, and in between of contents to prevent dropout and the drop of motivation. Then add materials and assignments that support creating a safe learning environment, especially at the beginning of the course, but also during the way. And then remember to collect feedback. For further assistance, contact us at Clanet to get professional pedagogical assistance to ensure the pedagogical quality of your training. Do things right at the first time, but remember that good processes are built through iterations and the cycle of design, experience, and feedback.